I have big goals and dreams just like you, but as you know, the divorce rate in real estate is super high, and without my wife and kids, none of it all really matters. So what I'm going to share with you in this video today is the schedule that I've used that's enabled me to get to the point where now today I am a top producing real estate agent and team leader, and I've also been able to, over the course of the years in my real estate career, take my wife to several different countries overseas for 3 to 5 weeks every single year while my real estate business still operates at home. Number 1, wake up at the same time every single day, and make sure that you get into the office at the same time every single day. Now, these days, I'll get up at around 5:55 to be very specific, and I get my personal development time in the morning. I'll get a workout in the morning. I'll make sure that I get everything ready and eat breakfast, of course, and then I will take my little guy to daycare. And then when I get back, I'll get into my home office around maybe 8:30 or 9 o'clock. My day usually starts at 9 o'clock a.m. sharp at the latest. On the way back from daycare, I usually phone my wife in order to let her know how that went, and also to talk about whatever's happening in our family. If there's something that needs attention or needs help or is concerning, we'll have those conversations. And if I get home around 8:30, there's often times where her and I will sit and have those conversations additionally from 8:30 until 9 a.m. when I officially start my work day. Once I get into the office at 9 o'clock, I will spend 2 to 3 hours either texting or phoning, looking for buyers for my sellers and sellers for my buyers. Now, I choose one or the other because I want to be in a rhythm. If I'm constantly making phone calls all the time, I want to make sure that the words that roll off my tongue are really smooth, and it's a lot easier for me to do that if I'm making repetitious phone calls. And likewise with text messages, I call it inchworming. I don't want anybody to be getting text messages that are sitting stale for too long. So in order to have, sometimes 10, 15, 20 conversations at a time, you've got to make sure that you are in the zone and you are focused and you have dedicated time to have those conversations in order to reach as many people as you can at a specific given period of time. And I found that the morning is always the best time to be productive in your lead generation activities, and it is an absolutely essential part of your day and probably the most productive part of your day, at least for most people. Around 11:30 or 11:45, I will either go out for lunch with a potential referral partner or a potential new client, or sometimes with another real estate agent that I'm looking to get to know a little bit better, and that'll be maybe once or twice a week. I will do that. And if not, I will have lunch with my wife. Because I have a home office, I have the flexibility to do that. And depending on what I have scheduled for the rest of the day, we'll either have a really quick lunch for 20 to 30 minutes, or we'll sit down and have an hour lunch. But I do find that having that break at that point in your day is critical. If I'm super busy, I'll eat and run or eat on the job. But it's nice to be able to have that flexibility and to make best use of the time that you have during your lunch break. Now, early afternoon is check-in time. It's time to look at what's happening for the day. Am I on pace? What's happening tomorrow? Do I need to prepare for any appointments? Does anybody need to hear from me? What's going on with my staff? What's going on with my current active deals? Do I need to do additional lead follow-up? And if I don't have any appointments for the rest of the afternoon, then I'll make sure that I get right back into prospecting, lead generation activity, marketing activity, or working on my business. As I'd mentioned in one of my previous videos, it's critical not just to work in your business, but also to be working on your business as well. In a perfect world, I'll try to take appointments around 1:15 and 3:30 just to make sure that I can wrap up my day in a perfect world around 4:30, because 4:30 till 7 o'clock is family time. And I will say this, as soon as I had kids, I made sure that that part of my day is absolutely critical. It's absolutely sacred, because if I don't have it, everything starts to fall out of whack. The kids start acting up, or my wife feels like she's not getting enough family time from me, and that's when we sit down and have supper, and that's when we really get to enjoy time with each other as a family. Now, of course, if you talk to my wife, she might say, well, he's sometimes still distracted in his phone. But here's what I can honestly say, and I'm trying to be as transparent as possible, that I don't go on appointments at that time, and a lot of other real estate agents do. And because of the way that I've structured my business, I do have the freedom to be able to take 4:30 till 7 o'clock off every single day, as well as weekends. What time do you wake up every single day? Let me know in the comments. Are you an early bird or a night owl? I see all different kinds in real estate, and there's no right or wrong way, but I'm curious. Now 7 o'clock is bath time for my boy, and we'll get him ready for bed, and he'll be in bed usually around 8:15 or 8:30. And then of course from 8:30 until 10:30 when we go to sleep, that's usually time for myself and my wife to connect, to sort of find out where we're sitting as a family, to have our personal time together, once our little guy's asleep. Number 5, knowing your numbers is super critical. And if you don't track your activities, if you don't know what you're doing throughout the week, then how can you really make any changes in your business? As an example, I know full well that if I am short financially, which does happen in real estate, sometimes your taxes will sneak up on you, or sometimes you had a sales slump, or something happens in your life, in your personal life, where it's very difficult to work. Maybe you had a death in the family, or maybe you're on vacation, as I'd mentioned before, and you have these dips and spikes in your income. What I know from experience is that if I do prospecting activities for 6 hours on a Saturday, every other Saturday for 3 months, as I follow through with the business that comes from a result of those activities, I know that I'll be able to see an additional $100,000 in income in my bank account 6 months after I start that activity. That's why it's important to know what your numbers are, and you don't know that unless you know what activities will get what results, and you'll only know that unless you track your activities and track your results. Now, as you go about your day and creating your schedule, it's really important to make sure that you're always readjusting and renegotiating your schedule with your spouse. It is absolutely critical that you are both on the same page, because guess what? There's always another buyer lead. There's always another seller lead. Work will show up again tomorrow, but the days and the hours that you have with your family are so important that if your spouse needs more from you, you need to make sure that she's communicating that to you, and vice versa. Make sure that you prioritize the friendships that you have in your life, because 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 months will go by, you don't talk to one of your best friends. Work is work at the end of the day, and yes, there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of money to be made in real estate, but if you do make strategic adjustments in your schedule and in your business over time, you can keep your business the same and increase your lifestyle, and then you'll get to that tipping point where you'll have a huge spike in income as well again. So again, money isn't everything, but if you do this, you can have time, you can have money as well, you can have your cake and eat it too. I got some advice from my uncle one time. We're talking about financial success, and he said, "Hey, let me give you the best financial advice you'll ever get." And he said, "Don't get divorced." And I remember Mike Ferry was telling a joke on stage one time. He said, "Honey, what do you want for Christmas?" And she says, "A divorce." And then he says, "Whoa, honey, I wasn't looking to spend that much." And so the truth is, my point is with all of this is that, the divorce rate in real estate is really high. And so it's really important to make sure that you put family first, keep your priorities in order, and set big goals, but do it in a way that's not going to totally tear your life apart. You might have moments in time where you are unbalanced, but make sure that you know that there's means to an end with those times in your business and in your life where you might be a little bit out of balance, knowing that the results you get will serve you and help you level up for the next stage in your business. And if you want, I can actually give you a copy of my schedule. I do give a copy of my schedule to my buyer and seller clients so that they know that they can keep me accountable to the activities that I'm supposed to be doing. The biggest complaint that buyers and sellers get from us is that I hired this person, they put up a sign in a lockbox, and I never heard from them again. I want to give them my schedule to make sure that they know exactly what I'm doing on a daily, weekly basis to serve them and, of course, my other clients as well. And if you'd like a copy of my schedule, feel free to send me an email and I'll pop it over to you. You can contact me at questionsformolinar@gmail.com. And if you like this video, you might apply it to your business and get good results, and maybe at that point, you'll be looking for more. And if that's the case, feel free to check out the other content here on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video, and I will see you on the next video.